Welcome to another edition of TechCast. Our guest today is Janne Hirvimies, CTO of QuantumGate. Welcome, Janne. It's a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here today. Thank you.
Janne, tell us a little about QuantumGate and what it does.
Okay, QuantumGate is a startup based in Abu Dhabi, UAE. We are part of the what's called ATRC, Advanced Technology Research Council ecosystem.
Right.
So the big portion of the ATRC is the Technology Innovation Institute.
Right.
So it's the basically government funding advanced research here in UAE. We have 10 different research centers, from bio to autonomous to cybersecurity and so forth. And then the other half of the ATRC is the Venture One, aka us. So basically our job is to find the opportunities to license this technology, or also at times to set up a venture around the certain capabilities and then create products based on the research from the Technology Innovation Institute.
Right. Now, the UAE is a hub of innovation and it's driving technology transformation. So tell us about UAE's technology journey up until now and where is it headed? What is your impression about where UAE is in terms of technology?
Yeah, so definitely this is very exciting place to be if you even think about globally. Europe is in a recession at the moment.
Right.
There is not too much opportunities to or the funding opportunities. Of course, there are still the valley area in US.
Right.
But what's funny is that people in general don't even understand how much UAE is investing to the technology innovation and the research at the moment.
Absolutely.
And it's not only that it's happening now, it's been there at least past 5-6 years. So definitely this is really exciting and interesting place to be.
Yeah, UAE is the place to be in at the moment in terms of technology and AI and innovation.
Absolutely. And it's not only that there's funds available. There's also the opportunities to take something, try it out, and I would say that also the whole attitude around here is completely different than for example again in Europe.
Right. Now, quantum threats, quantum everything to do with quantum, basically.
Yes. Okay. So let me clarify, the terminology, which is the most confusing.
Right.
So we're talking about the quantum, and of course, we all are excited about the quantum computers and quantum devices when they are available.
Right.
Now, we as QuantumGate, we are not in the quantum space as such. We are focusing to the technology that's called post-quantum. So even quantum computers will create new opportunities, and they will resolve the problems that we couldn't resolve using the classical computers, helping, for example, to innovate with new drugs and help us to simulate different kind of structures, etc., etc.
Right.
So I'm sure that we will have lots of advancements once we have the quantum computers available. But on the other hand, quantum computers are actually also posing with their capabilities a threat to our everyday life and everyday ways how we, for example, when you log into your online banking or you digitally signed anything, or if you want to protect any information. So, and this is the other side of the coin, and that we call post-quantum.
Right.
In my opinion, we should talk about the pre-quantum because we need to move and act before the quantum computers are available.
Correct.
But anyway, it's called post-quantum.
Right.
And we are working with the technologies that help us to secure our digital life beyond, quantum computing.
Okay. Now, encryption.
Yeah.
Now, encryption is set to become obsolete in the next 5 to 10 years, or will it be? I mean, what's your take on that?
Yeah. So, okay. Minor clarification here for the terminology. So we have the asymmetric part.
Right.
which is going to become an obsolete. So
Right.
we're talking about more specifically RSA or ECC based of schemes. Now, the symmetric part, like AES 256, it's still solid, and it's still solid after the quantum computers are available. Now, the problem though is that our data is never residing in one place only.
Right.
So let's say if your data is residing here and you protect it with symmetric algorithms, you're good. Now the problem is though that typically the data is being shared between over the email or between two locations, or it's a government data, government users are accessing their data, etc., etc. So it's not like the data is just sitting encrypted somewhere. We are sharing the data. Now, these sharing ways to access the shared data are simplified. They are based on ECC or RSA based schemes. So that's a problematic. But also, as mentioned, it's not only the encryption, it's the digital signatures, it's your digital identity. Once I have let's say that this nice engine here is a quantum computer, I can actually be whoever I want to be. I can basically get your public key and derive your private key and then sign the transactions on your behalf. So that also, even though we're not talking about the encryption, I think it's even bigger problem that the whole digital identity, we need to reinvent that in order to maintain our e-commerce, our digital banking, and all the government services, etc., etc.
Absolutely. Now, why do you think it is time for enterprises to transition to post-quantum security?
Oh, yeah, this is a good question. So, first of all, there is a fallacy of there's still time. We still have time.
Right.
So, typically, if you think about the global discussion and we're talking about the technology, the major tech vendors, they are at the moment forecasting that the first quantum computers being available 2030, still with limited capabilities.
Right.
Okay, so and then the post-quantum transition migration, let's say the global recommendation is that 2030 and by 2035. So basically the timeline is somewhere between 30 and 35.
Right.
Now it's 2025. In a way, I can still I have still multiple years. But now if you start thinking about from the other angle, so I have confidential data that I want to keep confidential.
Right.
The shelf life, basically meaning that how many years I want to protect this data. If it's a critical data, we're talking about 10 years or more.
Right.
Now, in that case, you're actually already in a hurry because if there is a quantum computer available within less than 10 years and you want to have your shelf life more than 10 years, then there are actors who are already harvesting the data because most of the data and communication goes over the interwebs.
Right,
so it's not like there's a dedicated cable somewhere. It's basically everything is routed, even though it's protected and it's fine now, it's routed through the public channels.
Right.
So if you have the ways and means, you can start capturing the data and then just store it and wait once the capability is available. And that's why you need to start thinking about already this, harvest now, decrypt later threat. The other, just a simple explanation is that typically these migrations, they are not trivial. So first of all, you need to understand what your current posture is. Then start planning, road mapping. You need new hardware, etc. You need to invest money. You need to train your people.
Right.
So it's also, besides the technology, it's a mental exercise. I've learned it that actually when I go to do the public speaking, for example, or I meet our clients, it's not actually the tech part is kind of easy. It's the mindset that past 25 years has been the stable era, very good era when it comes to the security and the cryptographic solutions. the current tech is actually invented. The first versions invented somewhere 78, 75,
Right.
like Diffie-Hellman. And then it was deployed wide scale during the 90s, and we've just been enjoying ever since. And now the guys I'm meeting, they say, no, this works. This, the whole my professional life when I went to university, I studied these things, and they've been rock solid since then. So it's a mindset problem that we need to now learn new things, new skills. Okay, even though
Right.
we're talking about new algorithms and new encryption mechanism, but still it's a new things we need to learn. Then we need to go and explain to the CEO why she needs to invest
Right.
during the next 5 years, the so and so many millions to new infrastructure, etc., etc. So definitely there is no time left for thinking and twiddling thumbs and wondering if I should do anything.
Absolutely.
I've always said that when I meet anyone or I go to the public speaking, you need to start planning this journey, this migration now, today, yesterday.
Right. No, I agree with that fact about time. It's the time to think and wonder. It's all gone. It's now time to act.
It's all gone. Yeah.
Yeah, it's time to act.
Yeah. Also, the part of the problem is that in most organizations, these solutions have worked and served so well that we don't even necessarily know exactly what's in our engine room.
Right,
So
right.
basically, one part is also to go through and perform so-called discovery piece.
Right.
So you just go through your every layer and you need to collect that what kind of cryptographic assets you have in your system. And then you can start planning, because
Right.
how can you start planning if you don't know what to
Correct.
plan?
Correct. Absolutely. Now let's talk about GITEX, and how has GITEX been for you this year, and what is the spotlight for QuantumGate here?
This is, of course, GITEX is always a very, it's a brilliant experience once you get here.
Absolutely.
so,
Absolutely.
so the problem is that Dubai is so busy.
Correct.
Yeah, and this is makes it even busier. So
Absolutely.
getting here is problematic, but once you get into the GITEX, and it's brilliant. You see the scale is one thing,
Correct.
and all the technology you see here and all the people you meet. This is definitely the place to be.
Absolutely. My last question to you is, looking ahead, I mean, this is just a whimsical question. It's not something that anybody can say for sure. But looking ahead, what do you think are some of the technology AI trends that will dominate the landscape?
Yeah, of course, as mentioned, quantum is the one that,
Right.
but I truly believe that it's more than just a hype, because
Right.
the quantum devices are really happening, and they are bringing the capabilities that haven't been available for the humankind as far as we know our history.
Right.
Of course, we don't know who built the pyramids, but maybe those guys had some tech. but at least like we didn't have these capabilities before.
Right.
AI, of course, AI is there's an aspect that is hype, and then there's the aspect that is real. So personally, I'm not too concerned about AI taking over yet. AI is, of course, helping us in tremendously in the areas of making things like here in UAE. You renew your driving license.
Right.
There is no one doing anything in the process. You
No.
just go into your app.
Right.
You do your part of the process,
Correct.
and then
Yeah.
AI is taking care of the
Right. The
the
generation
next
of the
step,
license.
and in 2 days you have your new
Correct.
driving license posted to you automatically. There is no human interference.
Right.
Also, even though I'm not the big fan of course, all of the traffic system are being monitored by AI, and it's
Right.
yes.
Right. Absolutely.
So it can basically make lots of tedious jobs for us.
Absolutely.
And I also believe that it will actually create more opportunities, so that basically then we can be more creative elsewhere, whereas the AI is taking care of the tedious part.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for that very, very insightful conversation.
Thank you. Pleasure is all mine. Thank you.
Thank you for taking the time.
Thank you.
Thank you.